Moving on to our In the Trenches segment. So we will be moving on to football, the NFL draft mainly. Talking about some guys. First guy I really want to just toss there right there into the ring is Mr. Shedeur Sanders. This fella, quarterback at Colorado, very, very good. Obviously, um, led them to 9 wins, very talented, has a very prominent last name. He has been slipping in a lot of draft boards because of he's like too famous or the fact that he's like, oh, he's kind of arrogant or has some very difficult, has his own character issues. So there are, if he does slip in the draft, which I kind of predict he will, it's either he'll go to the Giants or he'll slip. Like that's really the reality of it. And so there are really two places that I think he's going to go. So if he slips in the draft, I think either the Saints will take him at 7 or the Steelers will take him at 21. This is not really a great draft, and I think if you go to the Steelers, if he goes to the Saints at 7, I don't think he will be very successful there. I know Derek Carr is. There's been a lot of discourse around him recently. Is he injured? Is he going to miss the season? He has a shoulder thing that's going on. It kind of feels like they're trying to bait people into jumping them in the boards. But if they are trying to get a new quarterback and take Shedeur at 7, I don't think this is the best position for Shedeur Sanders. The only thing that is an upside for him there is a new coach and like you can kind of get you can kind of grow together there with uh, can't remember his name. He's the OC of the Eagles, um but they have like a terrible route. Like otherwise than that, their roster kind of sucks. Like outside of Cam Jordan and Chris Olave, they're not really good um at any other position, and their O line is kind of bad. And he would be kind of coming in as a savior, and they have so much like dead cap. There are like the Saints are a mess right now. Like one of the top 10 like worst messes in the league. So if Shedeur goes there, I don't know if he'll do great. I think it'll be like a lot of the haters will kind of be like, "Oh, look, he sucks. He sucks. He shouldn't have gone that high. We knew it." But on the other side, on the flip side of this coin, if he goes to the Steelers, this is where I can see him kind of making a name for himself. They got a good coach. They got a good roster, and they're kind of like they're in that kind of playoff contention. He would fit right in. They have some good weapons, and George Pickens and DK Metcalf are moody, but they are good. Like they have their O line is shaky. But they have a really good defense, and he's played with a shaky O line. So playing with he had an interview with Mike Tomlin. He was like, Mike Tomlin reminds me a lot of my dad. This is great. Love this fit. This would be awesome. So you know what? Shedeur to the Steelers seems very promising, especially like if Aaron Rodgers, the whole discourse with him, that's going to be a whole other can of worms. I don't think Aaron Rodgers wants to go to the Steelers because what does Aaron Rodgers really want at this point in his career? It's another ring. Like he really doesn't want anything else. And this like in all reality, he's not going to win one with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But moving on to Shedeur's teammate, there were like a couple places that Travis Hunter could go. Travis Hunter is probably the best like prospect in this draft after Cam Ward. Cam Ward is going to the Titans has kind of been confirmed for a while now. And there are like 3 places that he might go, and it's those 3 picks right after Cam Ward. It's the Giants, the Browns, and the Patriots. Excuse me, the Browns, the Giants, and the Patriots. So the thing with Travis Hunter is there's this whole discourse about him wanting to play both sides of the ball. Is he going to be able to do it at the pro level? And in my humble opinion, I'm like, let him try. Like, there's no harm in trying to see what he can do. Um, if it doesn't work, he could be an all pro at one end, like especially as a corner, he could be an all pro at just the corner position. But he has said over and over again, he's like, I want to play both sides. That's really important to me. And if somebody is willing to be open and trying to let him play both sides, I don't know if he's going in for every single snap. Like, like if he is like a, if he's like the, if he goes to the Giant or like to the Browns, is he playing every single offensive snap and every single defensive snap? No, absolutely not. But can he be impactful for them? Absolutely. Like like he can be a threat. Like you can, if you have somebody who's like willing enough to like be open minded and say, hey, we're gonna build him into the offense. Like if he goes to the Patriots, which I'm crossing my fingers about because that would be awesome. Uh, I feel like he could have a really good impact on just the Patriots in general. He is a wild card that nobody really knows how to defend, or he can like he can come in for like a couple plays. He is a big, good target. He's obviously got great hands, so him in that position, I think, is great. Like the Patriots seems like the best fit for him. I think he would do really good under like Mike under Mike Vrabel. The Browns and the Giants. The Giants, he could like him from Neighbors, like right across the field from Neighbors would be awesome. And him with the Patriots, him and Christian Gonzalez would be locked down. Like I feel like he could play the way that I would scheme him. I'm no coach, no genius. This is just what I like. My opinion is if I was the Patriots, like I would have him play some snaps on offense, and I would just have him just play defense for like the entire game, and then have him come in for a couple snaps on offense, and just like this is like riddle time, right? So it's like, oh shit, here comes Travis. Like we have to adjust. Like when you're trying to get like a third down or something, and he's like he can just come in, he'll be kind of fresh, and it's like shit. We have to deal with a really really good athlete right now, and like you can't really do anything about him. The next one is a really interesting one. The defensive end from Penn State, Mr. Abdul Carter. This guy is a fucking beast. I think the Giants would be really interested in him at 3 if Travis Hunter obviously gets taken by the Browns. Um, if the Browns take him, they would have like if any of these like top 3 teams, like if any of the top 3 teams, like counting out the Titans who are taking Cam Ward, the Browns would have him and Myles Garrett on the same line. The Giants would have him, Dexter Lawrence. He would upgrade your defense in an instant. The Patriots kind of need a pass rusher. I think if Travis Hunter is not there, and at 4, like they and Abdul Carter is there, the Patriots are absolutely going to take him because he is just such a stud. Like I don't see him falling out of the top 5 at all. Like he's one of the locks for it. And he's just like any anytime you can get a really good edge rusher like him, instantaneously like franchise guy immediately. There are some weird things talking about how he's character. I'm like, he's a defensive end. He doesn't need to be like a studious man. Like he needs to hit people. Like that's the thing we got with like Jalen Carter. It's like, oh, he wrecked his car, but he was driving fast and wrecked his car. I was like, that's every Georgia player. He slipped in the draft and he's insane. But anyway, moving on to a guy who probably will slip out of the top 5, but is probably one of the better talents of this draft, is Ashton Jeanty. I really, really, for Ashton Jeanty's sake, I really hope he does not go to the Jaguars because I think there is some better potential with him going anywhere else. Like, I feel bad for the guy who does go to the Jaguars because it's just like you vanish instantly. Like, but like, granted, like Liam Cohen would probably scheme him into a really good running back. He would probably do good there, but it's like it's still the Jaguars, man. Like, come on. But like some really good fits that I see for him are obviously like you see that all the time with like the Cowboys. Like I don't think he's gonna fall that far. I think he's probably at his highest. He's probably going to go either 5 to the Jaguars. I think his best option, his best fit, is with the Raiders with Pete Carroll and Geno Smith because Geno Smith when he's like I saw this today. When he's off of play action, when he's coming off of play action, he's like handing off the ball. He is elite. Like, and Pete Carroll wins with who? Marshawn Lynch. I think Ashton Jeanty kind of plays like Marshawn Lynch. And if you're going to take a running back in the first round, you take this guy. Like he's like yes, I know like the Mountain like people are like, oh he played against Mountain West defense. He also played with a Mountain West O line and a Mountain West quarterback. He was carrying that entire team. Like, do you think if he ran for like Alabama, like he would be any worse? No, I think he'd be really good because he'd have really good guys in front of him, and he's an insane athlete. Like he would do great. I think the other kind of team that he would do good with is like the Bears, because of course like Ben Johnson, like that O line is obviously being completely reconstructed. Caleb Williams would just be like that would take stress off of his shoulders, but if he slips that far, like there's obviously been some like other red flags. Also, this is just a really really good running back class. So, like, there's a potential like yeah he could go 6, and it's like oh my gosh he's don't take a running back in the first round. It's like Jahmyr Gibbs, star. Bijan Robinson, star. Like these guys are good. Draft them.